This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, saving your day from boredom with the best podcasting entertainment.
What's up, everybody? Ricky Widmer here, along with fellow man-child Johnny Karlic.
What's up, my Glicklaps?
And we are back for another edition of the Rick and Johnny podcast right here on Most Valuable Podcasts. Thank you guys for either checking us out on YouTube or if you're listening to us on Blog Talk Radio, iTunes, and or Stitcher. Thank you guys for giving us a little part of your day. Johnny, we got a jam-packed show.
Yeah, we do.
For today. But before we get into that, we have a special kind of house cleaning that we need to do. We have a new set display. Johnny may be blocking a little bit, but we have a new set display of the X-Men X logo, I guess you could say.
The X logo, the X-Men symbol.
Here's the question I want to ask to you guys. You guys can either let us know on Twitter at Most Valuable Pod, or you guys can hit us up in the comments section. Let us know what color scheme you want us to paint it, because right now it's gray.
Yeah, it's just
gray.
Primer gray.
So, I mean, let us know if there's any color scheme, any design that you would want.
The
that
silver
on
from the movies, the blue, the
even if it's a crossover, even if it's like a GOT crossover, or a Batman crossover,
blue and yellow, the black, yellow and red. If you want to go originals,
I'm not going to hinder anyone's creativity.
Oh, I'm not
Johnny.
either. I'm just saying that you want to go some of the original ones. You want to go something else? Throw in the comments on Twitter.
Yeah, just let us know down below or on Twitter. But, Johnny, we got a jam-packed show.
Yeah, we do.
We're going to be talking about Overwatch. They have Team Deathmatch, and Deathmatch is coming to Overwatch. We're going to talk about Justice League reshoots, Hellblade, the video game, but not necessarily the video game, just more importantly, the permadeath that's going on with that. And then all of a sudden, we've got Disney saying no to Netflix. And they are going with that. So we got 4 topics for you today. But, Johnny, let's start with Overwatch. What do you think? What are your first expectations of Deathmatch and Team Deathmatch in Overwatch?
Well, I mean, obviously, you can relate it to any other game with Deathmatch.
Call of Duty.
Exactly. That's the one I would go to, too.
Like, the one video I watched was Force Gaming, and he played as Soldier. And I was sitting there going, why? Like, I get that Soldier, like, it's different. You have abilities that are not in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But the first time I played Deathmatch or Team Deathmatch, it's like, don't play Soldier.
No.
Just get Call of Duty at that point.
Exactly.
After you've tried other things, then go to Soldier. I mean, I'm not going to exclude him completely.
It's an easy way to jump into it, but that's not the point. The point is you have all these other characters with so many different abilities. Why are you going to choose the one that's most like every other game?
Yeah.
My personal one, I would pick Diva. I'm gonna try my number 1 right away.
So you're gonna have a lot of health because you're a tank.
I'm gonna have a lot of health from a tank, but I'm not gonna have the terribly best guns.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to, and that's the reason
You're basically going to poke them with damage, is basically what you're
I'm going to poke them with damage. I mean, I got an unlimited amount of fire, and I can ram them off the map, because the map looks pretty cool. There's a lot of places where I'd be able to do that, but at the other side of it, I can just ram them and get some damage on them in that way.
No, and also because you brought up Diva, the thing that I like, I wonder with people that would use Diva in Deathmatch is it just going to be a tick, 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 tick kind of a game while blocking some with your shield until you get your ultimate? Then it's basically shoot it up into the air or shoot it into one of those corridors where a lot of people are, like, wait for, like, a gang rush of people in, like, one of those close areas and then shoot your self-destruct right into there.
That's exactly what I would do. I kind of do the same tactic I do with the other games, where I kind of just plow into the big mass of people and just start mowing as much damage on people as I can get, especially with the team ones.
Yeah.
Because that's what I always do. It's like I never go. This is going to be different for me, actually, because I don't go for the kills.
Yeah,
I go to protect the objective.
Yeah,
or
because it's an objective-based game.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's going to be the actual deathmatch. That honestly, I don't know how you are with it.
I love deathmatch.
Oh no, I have nothing wrong with deathmatch. But when you're doing the objective one, that's what it seems like everyone's trying to do is a deathmatch.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a little different only because of the character, like what my main is in Overwatch.
Yeah.
I'm a Pharah main. So when I'm playing Pharah, I'm not necessarily working, like, let's say it's a cap the point.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily worried on getting to the point unless I have to. Unless it's like, shit, my team just died. It's going into overtime. I need to get on the point and kind of survive and bounce around to give my team time to get back to the point. Otherwise, all I'm doing is shooting up into the air, staying in the air, and just peppering people. Shooting and just peppering from the skies until I get my ultimate, and then I can fall down close, get a group of them, and just boom, justice reigns.
But let me ask you this: when you play Overwatch, are you more so going for the kills, or are you just trying to like keep them off from getting to the point?
I'm going more for kills.
Okay.
And the reason why, like,
that's fine.
Think about the two play, like before Doomfist was just introduced.
Yeah.
My top two heroes were Pharah and Soldier.
That's true.
With Bastion being my third.
Yeah.
So based on the heroes that I play, most of them are attack. Of course, I can dabble in other things, but those are my three go-tos.
Yeah.
My whole objective was Bastion's kind of the mix because I would set him up on a point or before a point, and basically it's I'm keeping you from getting to the point by killing you.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of doing both in a sense. But when I'm Soldier and Pharah, I'm not necessarily on the point. I'm kind of around it, kind of get flankers and kind of making sure that nobody surprises my team.
And at the same time, I can understand that with being offense.
Yeah.
Those are
where
both
you play mostly tank, being a diva main.
Tank and defense, because I do diva and I do Orisa.
Yeah.
And then my number 3 bounces back and forth between Lucio and Zenyatta.
So you're more of a tank support guy.
Yeah, I'm a tank support because part of it's because no one else does it.
Yeah, and I mean when you're a tank, most of your job, unless it's like Ike involved, that's a kind of unique situation. You have a certain choke point. Most of the time, it's okay. I'm gonna like Orisa. I'm gonna set up my shield here on the point, and I'm gonna help protect this point.
Exactly.
Or the support you're kind of looking for who to heal. But getting back to team deathmatch in a sense, the thing I cannot wait for, and this is what I thought of as soon as they announced it. I think back to I'm gonna say Call of Duty because that's my reference. No,
I completely agree.
When I played Call of Duty, I never played the objective like the seek and destroy or King of the Hill or domination or team domination. Never played that where it's like you got to cap the points or you got to get the bomb and you got to bring the bomb to the 2 bomb sites and destroy the bomb.
Yeah.
Never cared about it. All I cared was I'm going into a deathmatch or a free-for-all and I am just worrying about kills.
Yeah. No, that's how I play Call of Duty too. I don't play any other ones except maybe Capture the Flag. But that's basically the same concept, except now you have an objective to get to.
The one thing I am really, really, really hoping for is that people like the death matches enough to where even if it's just for, I feel like I'd want to do it for free for all, but you kind of have to do it for both. What they did for Lucio Ball during the Summer Games event, where now you can play competitive Lucio Ball. Where it's now Copa Lucio Ball and you can play competitive Lucio Ball. I want them to eventually, I'm like, give me competitive deathmatch. That
would be fun.
Like my paradigm would shift because I'm a free for all guy. I mean, with Overwatch it would be a healthy balance because I'm so used to playing. Like right now when I play Overwatch, it's about 99.9% of the time I'm in a competitive match. Yeah. And that's what I'm playing for, trying to up my skill ranking and trying to get as high as I possibly can in skill rank. Where if I'm playing, like, let's say with my cousin and my friend Sean, then it's more like, you know what, they're not on the competitive side like I am. That's the like 0.1% where it's like, okay, Ricky's playing quick play. Yeah. But where quick play, I don't play my mains. Basically, it's Doomfist I was playing this past week because I wanted to get really good with him, but I usually play heroes that are like, I'm not really good with them. And team deathmatch and free-for-all, I feel like we're going to see more of the characters that people don't want to see in a regular deathmatch. Yeah. Or in a regular game. Like Widowmaker, I think, will have her time to shine in this.
Oh, especially since I think it's supposed to be her map, right?
Yeah, the Chateau Mansion is supposed to be her kind of home or her family's estate, which is going to be interesting because I wonder what kind of lore to Widowmaker they're going to kind of place into this map. But also, she's going to have a time to shine. I think that Hanzo will be interesting because you can kind of sit there, pick people off, and then his ultimate is also like, they're all in this hallway. Let me just unleash the dragon, and then just let it go down the hallway. Genji's going to be interesting. I didn't see Genji in the ones that I've watched because you're an Xbox player. I'm a PlayStation 4 player. So we've just been watching people play on the PTR. Genji's going to be interesting because, yet again, the map that we have right now kind of has some open areas on the outside, but also has those closed areas.
Yeah, which will be good for Genji.
On the inside, the only thing that I'm trying to find a character that's going to be like, don't play this character in deathmatch or team deathmatch. And I can't find one. I feel like every character is going to have their place depending on your skill level as a player.
Yeah, that's very true. There's not many I can really think of that's like, it's like there's ones that you can put lower in the category, like, well, they're not going to be super great for this area, but I mean, overall, I think they probably planned it out to like, well, we don't want to make it any one character is no good in this area. Because I mean, then you have no one playing that character. Yeah.
And they want, like, let's say it's Widowmaker, for example.
Yeah.
There are people, surprisingly, that play Widowmaker. You don't want to exclude any of those players from Deathmatch. The thing that I like about Team Deathmatch, though, is, and this is more of a comparing it to, because the thing is, we've all played games. You, me, them. We've all played games that have inspired a team deathmatch style.
Exactly.
And for me, I'm going back to my bread and butter. Call of Duty is my bread and butter. Ever since Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4. That has been like my bread and butter with a deathmatch / team deathmatch kind of gameplay. The thing I like about Overwatch's team deathmatch is in Call of Duty, the healing was kind of by itself. So like the screen would get red, but if you hid, it would go away. And it's like, okay, my health is back.
Yeah.
However, in Overwatch, you don't have that kind of regeneration to it.
Yeah,
so
no,
you have a health bar you have to watch, but also in Team Deathmatch, it's going to be crucial that somebody plays a healer character.
Yeah.
Whether it's Ana, whether it's Mercy, whether it's Lucio, whether it's Zenyatta, someone's playing a heal character, or if it's like, maybe we can get away with a soldier because he's got that pop, that heal.
Yeah.
That adding that into the team deathmatch. So it's like, I can now heal my team while they're trying to kill the other team.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta. This one will kind of force more people to kind of see it as we kind of have to have more of a balance now. Not just, and this is just for the team one. We're going to have to actually have a balance. Someone's going to have to play a healer. Someone may have to play a tank. Obviously, you need your offense. You need your defense. You really don't need like the defense per se now because there's nothing to defend.
You're talking like a defensive character?
Yeah, I mean, defense is not 100% necessary anymore.
I'm wondering how a Torbjorn would be. In just think about just deathmatch for this.
Yeah.
Think about a Torbjorn. You know what? I'm going to, in this corner, I'm going to set my turret. So like, people are going to find a corner where it's basically people are just going to come out and not look to that corner.
Yeah.
Come out, and then as a Torbjorn, I don't have to stay with my turret.
No.
Put the turret here. I'll be on the other side. They go to look at the turret. I pop out from behind.
Hell, you could just start exploring the map and start taking people out.
Yeah, or just kind of, here's the thing. You brought this up.
Yeah.
You brought it up in my head. Because, like you said, you can explore, go through, even if you tick them. And I don't know exactly how much damage you have to do.
Yeah.
I think it's around like the 30s, maybe the 20s. I'm not quite sure. But you don't have to deal like if I was killing you, I don't have to do all the damage to you. I could do 50 and die, and then someone else could kill you. I still get credit for that kill.
Yeah.
Both parties get credit for the kill. What do you think of that? Because I have my own thoughts on that in general, but before I give mine, I just wanted to get, what are your thoughts on kind of that dual partnership of a kill?
I'm kind of mixed on that because part of me is like, okay, that's just the Overwatch thing. You get points for any amount of kill you get.
Yeah,
up
it
to
shows the percentage of how much damage you
yeah,
did.
exactly. But at the same time, it's like you didn't get that kill though. They killed you. At this point, it's like, that's not 100% fair because that guy like completely killed. Like you went toe to toe with like like we were watching soldier versus soldier. If they took you out, they took you out. Then like someone pops them in the back of the head because they were just finishing you off. And then you get you get like some percentage for the damage. I don't see that as like a fair median right there.
I'll give you my opinion, then I'm going to give you a counter argument to my own opinion.
Okay.
My opinion is that whoever finishes them off should get the kill.
Yeah, no, I can agree with that. Because
that's how it's been in most deathmatch games that I have played. Whoever gets the final button gets the kill.
Exactly.
However, the thing, and this is going back to the word you used, is fair. This is, I think, yes, it's in the metrics of Overwatch as a game because they've kind of had this in general. It just wasn't as microscopy, as I'm going to say, making up my own words here. Basically, it's not under the microscope because in an objective game, if you and me are on the same team, you're shooting at a soldier, you're about to kill him, and I pop him with a rocket and finish him off. No one's going to say, hey, Farah, you shouldn't have got credit for that kill. That's my kill.
Yeah.
Unless you're a medal whore and you're basically going for all the gold medals that you can possibly get. In deathmatch, though, it's different. And that's why I'm in the corner of whoever finishes them off gets the kill. But I could also see them saying, using this is our mechanics kind of excuse, because to play the fair of like, hey, you know what? I was going toe to toe with you. I got you this close, and I died. And then someone else comes in and steals
swooped
my kill.
Up and took it, yeah.
Or in a different situation, I'm shooting you from behind. I'm about to kill you. Someone kills me from behind, then kills you. And it's like, I should have that kill.
Yeah.
Like, I should have a part of that kill because he wouldn't have killed you if it wasn't for me. So I can see them using their own game metrics as an excuse for that.
And I can get that. That's why I said I'm like in between. I'm not like at any certain standpoint with it because I can understand that is their game mechanics.
Yeah.
That's how they roll. And I'm fine with that. I'm not going to argue anything over. I'm not going to get pissy over it. I'm just going to say, you know what? It's like it is, but it isn't fair because whoever gets the shot should get the kill. At the same time, yeah, if I was working on it.
Yeah.
That's why I said I'm like kind of mixed.
I wouldn't be totally upset if they kept it like it is right now.
Yeah.
If you get a certain amount, you get credit for it. But part of me, maybe it's the old school in me, the old school deathmatch in me. It's just, man, whoever finishes them off should have that kill. So the last thing I want to kind of bring up to end this discussion is kind of what do you expect from Team Deathmatch when it is officially launched to everybody? And where do you think it's going to go? Do you think people are going to flock to it? Do you think we could possibly get competitive deathmatch in the future? What do you think happens with deathmatch and team deathmatch once it's put on the live servers?
I'm not going to predict if we're going to get competitive right now.
I hope we do.
Because as of now, they're not. What I've read and what I've heard, they're not planning on putting it. They're just planning on keeping it in arcade.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm fine with that because it's just kind of fun to have. It's not like because I would think the competitive part is more so keeping the objectives. It's because it's not with the competitive they have right now. Excuse me. It's about objective A, objective B. Get this to the final point.
Yeah.
Or get this to
the payload.
Payload to the checkpoint. Thank you. And that gives you more things to worry about than just pop, killing everyone. So you're like in those, you're killing people, but at the same time, you have to do it strategically. It's like, I'm not there to just get all the kills.
Yeah.
At least this is coming from a tank/healer. I'm not there to get all the kills. I'm there to make sure the payload gets to where it's going to go.
And my team wins the game.
Exactly. That I'm in it for the bigger picture. I'm in it to make sure we win the game because I'm not like worried about, oh, my score is 27 to 0 kills. I'm like, oh, cool. I got 15 to 2 kills, yeah, I died twice because I went in the middle of everyone, blasted 3, and got taken out by 3 more. So that's where I come from it. I would just leave it in arcade because to me the other 2 types are more strategy to it. Those should be the ones that are competitive.
I don't think, and here's my final thought, because I'm on the other side, an offensive character.
Yeah.
And
He's on the opposite side.
My defensive character is an offensive character in the sense of attacking, where Bastion turret mode, and just shoot away. But the way that I'm looking at it is, and of course enough people have to like it.
Yeah, exactly.
If enough people flock to it and it does well, we can have 2 competitives. We could have the normal competitive mode for the people that want to play the objective, but I feel like I would love to have, maybe it's a selfish thing, I would love to have a competitive free-for-all team deathmatch kind of a thing, and what they could do, I already have it mapped out in my head. How they're doing it right now is, I believe, because it's in the arcade, you get a win, it counts towards like your weekly wins for the loot box.
Okay.
You get 1 every 3, and then you get 3 loot boxes in the arcade. In order to do that for like a free-for-all, there's 7 players. You have to finish within the top 4. So if you finish within the top 4, you get technically a win for that loot box. So it goes towards that loot box. What they could do, okay, 7 players walk into this competitive team deathmatch, finish in the top 4, and your skill rank will either stay the same or increase a little. So you basically, if you're in the top half, or make it an 8 and go 4.
Yeah.
Make it, if you're in the top half of players, your skill rank will either stay the same or go up. If you're in the bottom half, then your skill rank will go down. And I don't know necessarily how they do it for the go down part, but for the going up part, let's say you got 20 kills and I got 16, yours rises, but mine rises in percentage to how close I was to that top player. To kind of go off of that for your skill.
Well, I mean, here's all I would say to do it. If you're going to do that, make the top 2 to 3, their skill goes up. The middle 2 to 3.
The 4th one doesn't, and the rest go down?
No, I'd say the last 2. In some variation. I'm saying like 1, 2, and 3, or just 1 and 2, their skill ranking automatically goes up. It's not like a debate. The middle section of them, their skill rank just stays the same. The bottom 2 or the bottom 3, depending on how you split it, go down.
I would say bottom 3. So I'll level with you here.
Okay.
1 and 2 go up automatically. Then 3 and 4, you're guaranteed at least a no change.
Yeah.
So for 3 and 4, you're guaranteed no change. It's definitely not going to fall, but you could increase marginally, like a little bit, based on how close you were to everyone at the top. 5, 6, and 7, your skill rank will fall in some sort of way. Because I feel like, maybe it's because I'm going back to Call of Duty, I'm going back to how easy was it for me to get into the top 4?
Yeah.
The top 4 of players, like, you're always going to have those players that are towards the bottom. And of course, this isn't going to be everyone's thing. I just want a competitive team deathmatch.
He does.
Where I'm going to leave this. But I want to turn it on to you guys. Johnny and I have talked enough about this topic. It is time to turn it on to you. Let us know what you guys either think of team deathmatch, if you played it on the PTR yet. What are you expecting from it if you have not? If you're a console person like both Johnny and I, let us know what you guys think down below in the comment section. But Johnny, let's move on into our next topic, and we're going back to what our bread and butter is. It's usually the comic book news, the Marvel, the DC. We got some DC news this week, and I'm gonna get a little quotey on you guys. So I got 2 quotes for you, talking about research or reshoots. That is, when it comes to Justice League. The first of which is from Ben Affleck about Joss Whedon taking over. And in an interview with Entertainment Weekly, he said this: "It's a little bit unorthodox. Zack had a family tragedy and stepped off, which was horrible. For the movie, the best person we could have possibly found was Joss. We got really lucky that he stepped in. It's an interesting product of 2 directors, both with kind of unique visions, both with really strong takes. I've never had that experience before making a movie. I have to say, I really love working with Zack, and I really love the stuff we've done with Joss. That's quote one. Ben Affleck also went on to say about reshoots that I've never worked on a movie that didn't do reshoots. Argo, we reshot for a week and a half, 4 days for Gone Baby Gone. This is a really nice time to work with DC. They're really hitting their stride. They're getting it right. It's starting to feel like it's really working. So we have Ben Affleck on that side talking about the reshoots and everything. We also had on the other side, we had Ray Fisher, who is Cyborg's dad in the movie. Ray Fisher is Cyborg. It's Morton, who is Cyborg's dad, Joe Morton. And Joe Morton went ahead and he said, I know that with Ray Fisher, the young man who plays Victor, there were some adjustments that had to be that they made in terms of the tone of that character. I think what I heard was that there was a need from the studio to lighten up the film in a way that the film felt too dark. I don't know what that meant in terms of how it actually got translated in terms of reshoots, but that's what I heard. That's what I thought some of the reshoots were about, end quote. So, Johnny, with those quotes being now out there in common knowledge in our discussion, I'm going to ask you, should we be concerned with the reshoots with Justice League?
I'm going to bounce it back at you to start because you're the DC guy, so
I'm a little worried.
You're worried?
I'm a little worried.
Okay.
The only thing I'm really worried about is I wasn't worried about Ben Affleck's comments because I'll be honest, reading the first one when he's talking about Zach and Joss, I kind of saw that as, okay, he's playing the political game.
Yeah.
He's saying the right things, not throwing anyone under the bus. We don't know what's going on in Affleck's head if he continues to want to be Batman or if DC is looking to cast another Batman with that whole kind of drama that you and I have already talked about.
Yeah.
So with the Ben Affleck stuff, I that's all I saw. The reshoot comments that he made, that did get me worried because you have reshoots in every movie. Like movies aren't just, well, that's a wrap, folks. We're
done.
We got it. It's no. We did it once. Yeah, you know what? We've been editing this. I don't like this. Let's mark that down, put it for reshoots. Let's reshoot this so that we can get it right in the final take. The thing that worried me is Joe Morton's comments because when you have an actor talking about changing, because one of the things that we have said that, I mean, Jeff Johns came in, he said, we're going to get these closer to the characters. I'm not worried in the sense of like, wow, I'm worried if this movie will be good. I'm just worried if they can fix it. Because how I'm taking the quotes from Joe Morton is basically, okay, when they originally did it with Zack Snyder, they fucked up Cyborg. That's what I'm thinking in my head. That's the assumption that I am getting. They fucked up Cyborg, and now I'm thinking, which way are they going to go? Like, when you talk about lightening up the films, I know that both you and I have said they went way too dark.
Yeah.
And they do need to do that. But when you mention Cyborg, I just think, are you going to lighten him up so that he's animated series, like in the animated world Cyborg? Or are you going to go over the top and he's silly Teen Titans Cyborg? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How in the Teen Titans, maybe that's because it's a Cartoon Network show that he's like that, but I don't want my Cyborg being that playful, being that lighthearted. I would, if you give me kind of a similar animated series like Cyborg, I'm fine with that because Cyborg kind of toes the line between lighthearted but also serious in a way.
Yeah.
He kind of toes that line.
I would consider him I'm trying to think of how to describe him. It's kind of like Boy Scoutish, militaresque attitude towards things where he can be lighthearted about stuff, but at the same time is like when push comes to shove, no, we gotta get shit done.
Yeah.
And that's the one I would like to go with, and that's the one I'm thinking of is from like Flashpoint, for example.
Yeah.
That's the Cyborg I'm hoping they're going with. And unlike you, I'm actually not terribly worried. For one, I mean, obviously Marvel's my thing, but that's not the reason. When they're doing reshoots,
Johnny wants Joss to fail because he's a traitor.
No, it's not that. I don't want DC to fail. I want to see them do good too. I mean, let's be fair. I don't know. They're just
because it's just better for the comic book genre.
It's better for everyone.
Yeah.
In that sense.
You win, we win, kind of a thing.
Exactly. But when they're doing reshoots, it's to improve the movie. It's to make things better.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're taking Cyborg, and since this is what he what's his name Morton is saying that we need to improve Cyborg's parts. I mean, we saw in the trailers they didn't look terrible, did they? Right?
No, the only thing that I'm thinking of is now I'm replaying the one in my head where from the recent trailer where it's Cyborg in the Batmobile or in the Batcrawler.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Don't worry, Alfred, I've got this." And Alfred's like, "Who are you?" Maybe I'm thinking now, maybe they're doing the lightheartedness. Maybe we're making him too robotic.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a cyborg, but he was never like, "Don't worry, Alfred, I've got this." He was a person. Like, when you listen to his voice, it had kind of a little, like, they altered the voice, like, marginally.
Which I'm actually fine with. I like that little robotic voice behind it, too.
But it was an actual person's voice.
Yeah.
Like, it was an actual, like, this was still working as a person. It was never like he's a machine and then a human. He's a human that is a machine.
Yeah, it'd be probably, instead of being like, "No, Alfred, I got this," it'd be like, "No, Alfred, I got this." Like, a little bit more lighthearted, saying it in a different way.
Yes.
So maybe they're just reshooting those and just like, you know what, let's tone him down a little bit.
Don't be so rigid.
Yeah, exactly. He's not a robot. He's a human with cybernetic parts. So let's play into that.
Well, and
maybe that's what they're doing. I'm hoping that's what they're doing.
And with this version of the Justice League and this version of Cyborg, I know we're going to have his movie after Justice League, but from what I thought they were doing, unless they've changed this, and if somebody in the comment section knows exactly, please let me know, because I haven't heard anything that changed this. But from what I understand in the DCEU, it's going to be Cyborg's father, which would be Silas Jones, use the technology of the outer box to save his son.
Yeah.
So really the technology he's working with is the outer box technology that Darkseid and Steppenwolf and the parademons want.
Yeah, exactly. It's because that's their way over. And as you see in Justice League, we do get parademons.
We do. Which
is awesome. But, I mean...
would have been a little better. Like, I know Batman v Superman, I ragged on the parademons. Would have been a little bit better if they kind of foreshadowed that a little bit better than they did.
Yeah, instead of you're talking about you didn't like the giant Omega with the things flying in the sky. You didn't like that scene?
I didn't like
that
scene.
Like, no, I mean, we to go back to Batman v Superman, I actually had this discussion with a bunch of guys at work. It was just too much.
Yeah. They tried to put too much in one movie.
And I think I described it pretty well, but the guys liked how I did it.
Yeah.
I just started taking everything out of my pockets, and this is what DC did when it came to Batman v Superman. Here's this.
What do you got? Empty pockets.
Here's this, and we got this. We got this over here. We got this. Yeah, that's
kind of what they did.
It is. I mean, and that's why hopefully they're not doing that with this now.
And that brings me back to, I want to now hop over to Affleck, because... what he said at the end of his kind of
put everything back in my pockets.
Hey, you took them out.
Yeah, I know.
What he said in the reshoot quote that he had, which was basically the part that says, "This is really a nice time to work with DC." I saw that as kind of like you're kissing ass a little bit because you want to make sure you're buddy with the people who are employing you, because there's news out there about replacing you as Batman. But it's the second part. They're really hitting their stride. They're getting it right. It's starting to feel like it's really working. I want to believe it. I want to believe it 110%. And the reason, like, I'm not, how do I put this? I'm not pre-Wonder Woman Ricky.
Yeah.
Pre-Wonder Woman Ricky would be having a spaz fit right now. Worried, burn it all. It's all done. The DCEU is dead. But Wonder Woman was there. Wonder Woman was a really good movie.
Yeah, it was.
I loved it as a DC fan. So my worrying is not burn it down. Burn it to the ground yet. That could change. We've got until November. So that could definitely change in the 3 months that we have until
maybe
this movie comes
Ricky will
out.
switch over to the MCU.
No, I will always be a DC boy until I'm in the grave, Johnny.
Hey, I didn't say DC in general. I said MCU, not DCEU.
I will always support my DC. But what do you think? Do you think DC is really hitting its stride right now?
Well, with Wonder Woman, yes, but that's only one movie compared out of 3, right? That's 1 out of 3?
Yes, because we have the Batman v Superman, Man of Steel's a part of this. I think really 2. No, and Wonder Woman. So yeah, 3. You're right, 3.
You also have
Suicide.
So
forgot about that.
So you got 1 out of.
That's not really a movie.
Well, you got 1.5 out of 4. Man of Steel wasn't bad.
Did you just say 1.5 out
1.5 out of 4?
So Wonder Woman and Man of Steel's the half.
Man of Steel's the half because it wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
I wasn't mad after Man of Steel.
Neither was I, but I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it again.
I mean, it wasn't like the ideal Superman movie.
It was
that I
there,
was looking for,
right?
But yeah, I mean, I had fun.
You had fun?
I had fun watching it.
You had fun?
At that time, the DCU wasn't even alive at that point.
With a brooding Superman, you had fun with that?
I'm not really a Superman. Like, I'm not a Superman purist.
I'm not a Superman guy either.
No, I'm saying I'm not a Superman purist.
I just...
Like, Superman has to be this way. Christopher Reeves or no one.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying brooding as much as Batman wasn't my cup of tea for him.
Would we rather have, blanking on his name, the guy that played Todd and Scott and Pilgrim, he's in Legends of Tomorrow as Adam Man.
Yeah, I know.
Do we want Superman Return Superman?
No, not really.
Is that what we want?
I didn't want that one either.
Is that what we want?
Did I ask for these Superman films? No, I didn't ask for any of them.
But yeah, the only reason we're having this conversation is this is the next one.
Yeah.
And now the question that we're looking for, and this is kind of the thing that I'll kind of throw out there to wrap all of this up and kind of put a nice bow on it, is we are, as DC fans, and I'm not speaking for everyone because, of course, I'm on my own, but being on the DC side, I'm sitting here going, okay, you did a great job with Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to use this as a launching pad to do even better with Justice League? Or is Wonder Woman going to be a flash in the pan, one-hit wonder movie? And it was like, great, at least they got one right.
Yeah, you're basically wondering where your chart's going to go. Is it going to go up, or is it just going?
Well, that's exactly it. Because I mean, I'm counting Wonder Woman as the starting point. The starting point. I'm trying to ignore everything else that was before it, and the reason why I'm worried is: are we going to go further and go up, or are we going to go down? And is Justice League going to be a letdown compared to Wonder Woman? I know people are going to tell me, don't compare the two. You're only going to be built up for failure in the end if you do that.
Yeah,
I know there's going to be people that say that.
Then you know what? We're just gonna have to wait and see when it comes out. But hopefully they don't Batman v Superman it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm confident that we will not get another BVS. I'm very confident in that fact, only because, like I said, I'm very confident that we're not going to get.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of Jeff Johns is involved, and they changed everything that they were doing at that point. Please don't give me another BVS. I don't think I could take it. I really don't.
His heart can't handle it.
I really don't think I could take
his heart.
Do you remember when we saw BVS?
Oh, you were pissed.
Do you remember when we saw BVS?
You were pissed.
I was furious. I wasn't like
we got out. This kid was absolutely
pissed. That was the only movie that I walked out of and was furious at the end of. I was more furious after that than I was The Mummy, and The Mummy wasn't even that good. I gave it a 1, by the way.
Yeah, he was pissed on Batman v Superman when we came out.
No. Mad is not. Mad's being nice. I was furious.
I said pissed. I didn't say mad.
Okay.
I've been saying pissed.
Furious. And I still remember having a conversation with one of our close friends who's also a DC guy. He was kind of like trying to explain stuff, and I'm like, no, they fucked this up. And I was really, really angry.
Yeah.
Really angry.
Honestly, I was surprised he wasn't as upset as you were because I could see him being that meticulous about it.
No, I was fairly upset after seeing that in theaters. But this is where I want to pass the conversation on to you guys. Let us know, what do you think of the reshoots? Should we be worried about them? What do you exactly think they're reshooting with Cyborg? Did you like the tone from the trailers? Do you think they will change that in any way? Let us know what you guys think down below in the comment section.
Okay.
Johnny,
we're good with Marvel.
Yeah, but no, we're fine. We're good with Marvel. But Johnny, let's move on into our third topic. Usually I'm saying last topic, but this is third of 4 because we got a jam-packed show today. Very jam-packed show. And today,
more so than usual.
We're moving back in it. Like we went into the gaming world with Overwatch, went out of it. Now
Back
we're
in
going
the game.
back into the gaming world. And this was a story that I had heard this week. The article was from Express. However, I heard it through the Kind of Funny Games channel because they talked about it on Kind of Funny Games Daily.
Yeah.
And there's this game that it's either it has come out already, or it's coming out. Let's see. The game is Hellblade. So if you guys have heard of Hellblade, that's the game we are referencing. Came out this week. So it came out on the 8th of August. And this is a very interesting game. And it piqued my interest because it's a PlayStation 4 blockbuster, according to the article. But here's the interesting part to it, is there's a mechanic in the game that involves a permadeath.
Yes.
And what that means is, according to the article where it says, according to news reports, Hellblade deletes your save file if you die too often in combat. The permadeath gameplay mechanic reportedly forces players to restart from the beginning of the game if they're unsuccessful in battle. The gameplay feature has put some fans off buying the game, which is said to clock at about 8 to 10 hours. So basically, it's a game where to get through the story mode, it's about 8 to 10 hours. However, from what I have heard, and this is via Kind of Funny Games Daily, and Greg Miller said this, it's when the exact number is 5. So how it goes is the first death, it kind of forces you into that first death just so it can show you the mechanic. Apparently, she's got this infection on her arm.
Okay.
And each time you die, the infection gets worse. So, like, you die the second time, it goes up towards the arm. The third time goes up more. And when it gets to the brain, you're kaput. You're done.
Okay.
So it's basically 5 deaths. You really got 4 after that first one to work with. After that fourth, kills your save file, deletes it. You have to start all the way from the beginning. I'm going to ask you this, Johnny. Just a simple gaming question with this. Is this something that we should worry about with gaming, the permadeath? Is this good for games in the future and games in general to have a permadeath mechanic?
I'm actually fine with it. I kind of like the concept. It's a bit more of a challenge now, for one. Two, I mean, it's not like we haven't had games that were like that when we were growing up. Just the side scroller Mario is a perfect example.
Yeah, you got a limited amount of lives. You could get one-ups.
You can always gain that another life. But all in all, if you lose,
you ran out of lives, you're done.
You're done. You start from scratch. That exact thing, excuse me, happened to me when I was playing Donkey Kong for the Game Boy. I got I think I got super far into the game. I died. Had to start from the beginning. Yeah, obviously you get pissed.
You were upset.
You get pissed. That's any gamer. That's any gaming. But you restart and you go through it all.
Side question. How angry have you got playing? What's the angriest you've got playing a video game?
Angriest I've never gone to the level of throwing anything. Yeah, exactly. that was a reference to you and
a few times.
You and a few other friends.
Oh, I got a story from Dave I'll tell too.
Yeah, I like to hear that one as soon as I finish.
Yeah.
But I have I have played, said, fuck this game. I'm done playing it. Shut the whole system off. Not just I'm going to leave the game and do something else. No, I shut the whole, no, I didn't go to Netflix or anything. Shut the fucking system off. Walked away and just you know what? Fuck it. I'm watching TV instead.
That's exactly what you got to do. That's exactly what you got to do.
I've never thrown anything, but yeah,
Hi.
exactly. This guy.
Hello.
But I have gotten pretty pissed at the game. I don't because I don't have the money to replace the stuff.
Yeah, my anger gets when I'm playing video games, my anger gets the best of me. And don't get that twisted. I'm not hitting anyone else. I'll basically take it out on my materialistic things.
On the remote.
2 times I can remember. One, I'm playing Kingdom Hearts. This was back in college.
Yeah.
It was you know what? I'm taking the summer. I'm beating 1 and 2 again. I'm playing them nonstop. I'm going to beat them again. I was playing Kingdom Hearts 2, and I died. And I was almost at the end. And I remember taking the PS2 controller, which still had a cord, by the way, and just whipping it, and it took my system with it. It took the little thin PlayStation 2 with it. And I was like, shit, is everything okay? it was okay,
Yeah.
thankfully. My PlayStation 4 controller did not fare the same, though, because I was playing Overwatch competitive, and competitive gets me a little angry if my team's idiots and we start losing consistently. And I remember taking the controller and same motion, whipped it, and it hit the metal part of the ottoman I have down there.
Oh, no.
Completely shattered the controller. Shattered it. The R2 trigger flew off. I think I just recently deleted the pictures off my phone. I think I would have to go. I think I sent it to Dave or something, or you, and I can get the pictures and show people. But yeah, that's what happens when you get angry playing. Dave's punched a TV. Call of Duty, Dave had a little, like, the little monitor that you would have in your kitchen.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And he just died one too many times right through the TV. And, like, when his fist was through, he's like, I just punched my TV. So he punched a TV playing Call of Duty. So
wow.
I can see where the anger would come from. But to get back to what we were talking about, the permadeaths, I'm not mad at this. I'm kind of on your side because I'm also going to quote one of my friends, one of my deep friends, like that I've had most of my childhood. I was talking to him while playing Overwatch this weekend, and he even said, he goes, no, the game tells you up front, this is how it works. So going into it, you know how this works. It's not like, wow, I died 5 times and now my save file is deleted and I didn't know. No, you know how it works. And when it comes to gaming, I wouldn't be mad if more games started to do this. Now, I'm not saying that every game needs a permadeath feature.
No,
but
definitely not.
The way that they put this into this story, because apparently from what I have heard, the story is like, the character that you're playing is like this, I think it's an Aztec warrior, but it's like a warrior, and she's going through, like, through the game, she has, like, visions that she sees that kind of separates it from that, like, gaming experience to that cinematic movie-like experience.
Yeah.
And I guess the true way you're supposed to play this game is either with headphones or surround sound, because as you are playing, you know how, like, in Link you have Navi? That's like, hey, do this. And you're like,
you have to save the world.
And you're like, get the fuck out of here. Where'd you come from?
What you swatting at?
Basically, what she has is voices in her head.
Oh, wow.
That basically do the same mechanic that tell you, hey, that, like, kind of thing, like, ooh, look it up there. Like, maybe we should go and get that kind of directing the player, helping, but not taking away from, like, hey, look at me. It's like, get the fuck out of here.
Hey, you have to save the world.
It feels natural in a way. And the way this game kind of, from what I've heard in reviews, how it deals with, like, the issue of, like, mental health.
Yeah.
Because it looks into that, and I guess the disease that she has deals with that. If it gets to the brain, you're done. The way they did everything with the story and the gameplay and stuff.
Yeah.
I can see this working. Where it's like,
hey, definitely.
You die 5 times, the disease advances. I also agree with what Greg Miller said, where basically it's like, I just go back to what we used to do back in the day. Oh, shit, I'm getting up here. I'm not going to win. I'm going to probably die. I don't want my save file deleted. Turn off the system, restart it. Go back to the last save checkpoint.
Exactly.
Or have multiple saves. I never did it growing up, but for this game, I might, where...
Yeah, no, I agree.
You get to save point 1, you create, then save point 2, you create another, and you just switch between the two.
That's what I would do.
Because it's only deleting that one save file. It's not deleting all of your save files. So there are definitely ways around it that players can get through. But I want to look at now, I asked you about the gaming as a whole. I want to ask you about the part in the article where it blatantly says... The permadeath game mechanic reportedly forces players, and the gameplay feature has put some fans off from buying the game. I'm going to ask you, if people are going to say, no, I don't want to buy it because of this, are they justified? Are they justified to say that? Or should it be, you know what, if you really want to play the game, play it anyways? Because I know it's an 8 to 10 hour gameplay story, which, let's be honest, that's not like, oh, that's chump change, because if you're in college or in high school, yeah, that's chump change, especially where we're right now.
No.
School's just about to start. You have time to stay up all night and beat it. But if you're adults like us, have a day job while doing this, you have that day job during the day, find the time. Well, God forbid you have kids as well that take up your time. For the adults out there, it might be harder to find that consistent 8 to 10 to play fully. So what do you think about that, where people aren't really saying, you know what, I'm not going to buy it because of this feature?
I'm not going to say they're not justified because some people don't like that type of gameplay. I'm all for it. I would love to try that because I like the challenges too. And I would probably go 1 through without doing the double save file thing.
Yeah.
And then eventually it's like, you know what, I'm going to do the save file, then save another one back and forth between 1 and 2. But like for me, for example, I'm working full time, at least for now. Next, I'll be doing.
You're starting classes soon.
I was starting classes too, engineering classes, along with working part time.
Yep, doing this too.
I almost forgot to mention that part. Doing this too.
Well, this takes time.
It does take time. I almost forgot to mention it though.
Especially when we're trying to make it the full-time thing.
Yeah, and the thing is, that takes a lot of time. So it's like that 8 to 10 hours is a lot of gameplay when you don't have I have 30 minutes here to go play it.
No, exactly. And
so
I'm on that side now only because I'm on that adult side of things with the day job. And let's be honest, as I knock over my water bottle here, let's be honest, if this was the normal day job, and I kind of have to keep saying that because I know I'm not trying to typecast anyone out there, but I just want you guys to know where we're coming from. We're not in the situation where all you guys do is podcast and play games. No, we've got a day job while trying to make this the day job to where, God, I can't, right now, Overwatch and MLB The Show are the only things I get to play, and it's not that often.
I've played Overwatch. Well, I'll be honest. We talked about Overwatch recently, just earlier. This podcast. I was going to say earlier in this podcast. I haven't played it in probably a week because of work and stuff. We're renovating part of my house. I haven't been able to touch the system.
It's real life gets in the way.
Exactly.
As when you get older. So I can see that side of those people saying, no, I don't have the
time, especially if I'm not a fan of the gameplay.
The other players that I could see not buying this game are the ones where one of my sister's ex-boyfriends was like this, where... Sorry, I need to take a drink of water.
Yeah, go for it.
He was the kind of guy where... Basically trophy fanatics. To where he was a guy where it's like, you know what? I want to get the platinum. So instead of playing the game twice, because usually how they have it for most games... You play it on normal mode, you can get most of the trophies. Yeah. But if you play it on hard mode first, you can get all those same trophies plus the trophies for playing it on normal and hard. So you're basically killing 2 birds with one stone. This game might limit that.
That's true.
Or if you're a trophy person and you're really out there for the PlayStation 4 trophies, you may have to play it twice. You may have to say, well, fuck it, I got to play it on normal first just so... I get my bearings on everything and then go into hard, because you don't want to go into hard, not have that option, then boom, your save file's done. But
exactly.
Let's be honest, those people, I'll go back to one of our points. You can fall back on the dual save file.
Yeah, exactly.
system.
And you won't fall back. You won't fall as far back.
Yeah, but you'll fall back in some way. So before we move on to Disney, though, is there any last things that you feel like we need to touch with the Hellblade permadeath kind of topic when it comes to gaming?
No, honestly, I hope this actually does well, the permadeath thing, because I would like to see not a lot more, but a few more games doing it.
Here's the thing I want to throw out there, and this is for you guys, the fans. The thing I thought of when I heard of this permadeath thing was there was a video Mark did way long ago. I think it was 2 years ago.
Okay.
January of 2015, I think he did this video.
That's a while ago.
Where he was going to, at the time, he never got the time to continue it, where they were called YOLO Let's Plays. Basically what it was, and he did it with Metal Gear Solid at the point, it was basically, we're going to play a Let's Play, but you only get one life. YOLO. You only get one life. As soon as you die, the Let's Play's over. you know what? If and this is for you guys, if you guys want to see it, I'm not gonna promise both sides
I
here.
would love to do it.
I would love me and you both
It'd be
to
hilarious.
do it. But let's be honest, your schedule's a little bit more hectic than mine.
Yeah.
At the very least, if you guys want to see it, I would love to do it. I know Johnny would love to do it.
I would love to do it if I can get the time.
If you guys want to, let us know down below in the comment section. If enough people want to see it, we will get Hellblade, and basically it'll be we're playing the game and it's on the hardest difficulty too.
Yeah.
So you play the game on the hardest difficulty, you only get one life.
Not
as
just
soon
that,
as
you know
you
what?
lose, you're dead.
We'll do it with that, but not just that. We'll do it with if you guys.
If there's another game,
There's
like
other
that.
games you want to throw out there.
Like
that-
Mark did it with Metal Gear Solid because it was perfect. Because you have to sneak around and you could get shot. And like if someone finds you, like that's the game where I died the most.
Yeah.
Was playing the
You know
Metal
what?
Gear Solid.
Hell, if they want us to do, I'll dust off the PS2. We'll do a game with that one if they want.
Ooh, we'd have to look in to see if we've got the equipment to game capture that.
If we can do that, we will.
Man, that would be something.
That'd be
going
fun.
back into the game archives. But yeah,
Dust it off and.
let us know if you want to see a YOLO Let's Play of Hellblade from us or any other game that you might want to see us
YOLO
Let's Play. Also, let us know what you think of the permadeath, not just in Hellblade, but in gaming all around. What do you guys think this means for the gaming world? And is it good for the games to have permadeaths in them? Let us know down below in the comment section. And Johnny, now it is officially time to end the podcast. Topic numero cuatro here on the Rick and Johnny podcast, a special 4-part edition of the R&J podcast. And I had to throw this one in there. I had to, because this was apparently on Tuesday, it was announced that Disney will be removing its films from Netflix and launching its own Disney-branded streaming service in 2019. According to EW.com, the new platform will become the exclusive home in the U.S. for subscription streaming of Disney and Pixar movies from the beginning with the 2019 theatrical slate, which includes Toy Story 4, Frozen sequel, the live-action Lion King, and it will feature library titles as well as original movies, TV shows, and short content. In addition, Disney will also be rolling an ESPN-branded sports streaming service in early 2018. It will feature approximately 10,000 live regional, national, and international games and events a year, including content from MLB, NHL, MLS, Grand Slam tennis, and college sports. I'm going to ask you this. What does this mean? Is this good? Is this bad? Is this good for Netflix, bad for Netflix, good for us, bad for us? What do you think about this?
I say it's definitely bad for Netflix.
Well, here's the thing, though, and I know what people are thinking. They're thinking, well, Ricky, what about my Marvel, and what about my Lucasfilms? What about my Star Wars? According to Superhero Hype, and I'm pulling up the article right now because a bad show host and me forgot to pull it up.
You.
Netflix is currently in talks with Disney, though, to keep its Star Wars and Marvel films. So this was also right after Disney announced it that they were doing that. Netflix is in conversations with them. The quote from Ted Sarandos from Netflix said, "That's why we got into the original business 5 years ago, anticipating it may not be an easy conversation with studios and networks to license their content," end quote. So they're in talks to keep Marvel and Star Wars.
Yeah. You know what? Hopefully they can keep those two, because that way we can keep like the Defenders.
Well, not just that. Like you've got the Defenders and all that.
Yeah.
But also, here's the 2019 titles that could come to Netflix from just Marvel's and Lucasfilms.
Yeah.
Infinity War, Ant-Man and Wasp, Captain Marvel, Avengers 4, Spider-Man Homecoming 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Han Solo, and Star Wars 8.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, not just those films, but I mean, all the stuff we already have. I mean, it's kind of sad because it's kind of bad for Netflix a little bit, because I go there to watch the Disney films. I've watched Moana probably 2 or 3 times, honestly, because it was a good film. I go there to watch, like, hey, I want to watch Mulan when it was on there. Not Mulan 2.
Want to watch Hercules?
Hercules, even Frozen. I think that was on there at one point. Just any of those like actual Disney films.
That's how I got to watch the live action Jungle Book.
Exactly.
I got to catch up on that because
those live action ones because it's on there. I rented Peach Dragon, and then all of a sudden, a week later, it was on there. It's like, well, I would have watched it on there too.
Yeah.
But it's like all those live ones now that they're making, all the old cartoons, or even the like recent Pixar ones. I go on there to watch them, and me as a person that pays for their own Netflix account, I split a Hulu account with someone.
Okay.
And just for paying for those things, I'm not going to pay for another one.
And that's exactly it.
As much as I like Disney, I'm not going to pay for another one.
I'm going to be very frank here, and I'm going to.
No, you're Ricky.
I'm going to warn you guys now. My language in this next statement might be a little graphic for some viewers.
Crude.
This is the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
I agree.
Like the reason why, the ESPN one, I'm kind of like, okay, I guess, because the thing that I'm thinking of is, this is the stupidest shit in the world because it's just Disney wanting more money.
Yeah.
It's Disney, so it knows people with kids, people our age that love Disney, people that grew up on Disney products, they're going to buy the service to get those Disney films.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. If I had the expendable money, I would do it. Why not? But I don't have that, and I'm not going to do it.
Here's the thing I think we're getting at here, and this is where I'm kind of, where everyone complains about cable prices.
Yeah.
Everyone complains.
I do.
Let's be honest. I'm not saying that the cable companies are not trying to swindle our money, but they're trying to swindle our money. And everyone complains about cable, but look at where we're going in the online streaming service. Why can't we have it to where, and I know this is like a too good, like, why not try to bring everything together to pay for one thing instead of like, now it's like you almost have to, it might not be the exact same cost as cable, but it's ending up not being cheap anymore to do the cordless.
Exactly.
Because you've got, well, shit, I've got to get my Marvel titles and I've got to get this that's on just Netflix. Or let's say you're an Ozarks fan. Let's say you're a House of Cards fan. Well, crap. I got to get Netflix for that. Oh, well, I want to watch this and this. Well, shit, I got to get Hulu for that. Oh, crap, I want to watch my Disney movies. Well, I got to get the Disney service for that. Like, we're now getting to the point where there are so many streaming options. Plus, what if you're a guy like me? Ah, shit, guess I got to get the ESPN one because I want to watch my sports.
Yeah.
If I were to go cordless. Well, got to get my Red Zone. Got to get that for football season. That's another cost that you can get. Like,
gotta have the Amazon Prime account to watch those shows.
Like The Tick.
The Tick, as soon as it comes out, I'm going to start watching it.
And I know that Amazon Prime, what is it? They're Kirkman's comics, Skybound, I think it is. One of Kirkman's comics. They're in the talks of getting that for a Amazon Prime TV series.
Okay.
That was another thing I saw on superherohype.com this week. But we're getting so many of them to where it's like, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to end up being the same thing. And plus, you know what's the other thing I thought of with this? And this is kind of me being a dick. Yeah, with Skybound. Skybound closes TV deal with Amazon. So they are going to get Robert Kirkman, creator of Walking Dead and Invincible, Skybound. They're going to get one of his comic series for a TV deal with Amazon. But what I'm going to, and this is going to be a slap in the face to Disney, how many years did I hear about their precious fucking vault?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to get this title before it goes into the vault forever.
That actually sounds very Disney.
So now it's not going into the fucking...
I'm actually kind of surprised. Ricky sounded very Disney there.
I sounded very goofy because that's what it is. It's fucking goofy.
All of it is.
But it's like, you told me about this fucking vault for years.
Yeah.
That I have to buy this before it goes into the vault. But now you have this streaming service and it's just going to be on the streaming service?
It was used to be in the vault. Now we're gonna put it out.
Like exactly. And we gotta watch the we gotta watch that. We don't want Disney suing us now.
That's right.
But
I won't do it again. Sorry, Disney.
I completely hate this just because I see this as it's a money grab by Disney. It's a money grab. Especially, like, we don't even know if they're going to let Netflix keep Marvel. Like, let's be honest. If Disney was smart, they'd say no.
For all we know, they may say no. Because we don't know. That's not guaranteed yet.
And I'm not saying should on our end. If they were looking out for us, then let Netflix keep it.
Yeah.
But if they were smart, like money-wise, say no. Because there will be more people that, like, there will be people that leave Netflix because, let's be honest, even the Marvel TV series, like the cartoons, those are gone.
Yeah.
All the Disney shows, those are gone.
Yep.
Everything is gone from Netflix.
That's a decent chunk of Netflix stuff, honestly.
Especially Netflix Kids.
Yeah.
I know you still have, like, the Nick Jr. stuff and the PBS stuff, which
Cartoon Network stuff.
Arguably, to me, the PBS stuff is a little bit better than the Disney stuff, but who am I to talk? I mean, Disney doesn't have Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood now, does it?
No,
now does it?
Can't touch that. Can't touch it.
That's what I think. If they were smart, they would just say, nah, fuck it, we're going to keep it.
Yeah, I guess.
Force the Marvel fans to buy your product. Force the Star Wars fans to buy your product.
I mean, when it comes down to that,
how many people buy DVDs anymore? I know you do. I'm just saying most people don't know.
I mean, at that point, I'll just buy either the DVDs or the digital downloads. I already own it, and I won't have to keep paying for a service. In the long run, my money will be more worth the money to buy the things than it would be for me to keep paying Disney to keep a streaming service. That's what. Let's just say it's the same price as Netflix. That's 10 at the minimum. It's $9 a month. Let's just round it up to 10. That's $120 a year.
Yeah.
I could buy how many DVDs with that? That at like 25.
You tell me.
25.
You're the one that buys DVDs. I don't.
Well, DVD/digital download goes for about $25 approximately. That's almost 5 of them. And how many movies actually come out a year by them? About 5 of them?
No, like
the Marvel ones?
The 2019 slate: Toy Story 4, Frozen, Lion King.
Just put them. That's 3 of them. I've bought them then.
Well, and here's the thing that's going to kind of throw into that, and I know Toy Story is a part of it. Pixar's also there.
Yeah, that's another.
You're taking all the Pixar films off of Netflix as well. So they're not going to have any like Monsters Inc. You're not going to have Wreck-It Ralph. I believe that's Pixar too, right?
Yeah, that's Pixar.
You're not going to have any of those.
You're not going to have the Disney shorts. Nope. Those are fun to watch too.
Not going to have those at all either. I think this is, like I said,
Wall-E.
This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah,
and
no,
it's only because
agree.
Like it is a blatant money grab to me. And I'll be honest, I'm not going to buy it.
No, I won't
I'm not
either.
going to buy it because I'm even a guy. You said you share a Hulu account with someone.
Yeah.
I have Netflix. And I barely use it. I barely have enough time for Netflix.
Yeah.
Like the way that I'm going, most of my watching, basically because of what I do here, is movies in the theater and then sports. It's sports. That's most of my intake is sports. And if I'm going to watch a movie, I mean, part of mine is, sometimes I go to Netflix for stuff. Like recently I've just thrown on Family Guy.
Yeah.
And let it just play in the background. But most of the time I'm like, I got HBO and show. I can just use that. I can just flip through there for movies. So really, I'm not going to go and buy, I'm not going to buy this Disney service because let's be honest.
No,
I have
wouldn't
the
either.
DVDs. I have the DVDs already.
Mm-hmm.
I have them in my collection at home, and I'm going to ask you this. This comes out in 2019. Does it fail or does it succeed?
As much as I would like it to fail, honestly, it's going to succeed just because you're going to have all the parents that like, oh crap, my kids need their Disney shows and they're not on Netflix anymore. You're going to have the people who are hardcore enough fans of any of those 4. Pixar, Disney itself, Marvel, and Lucas, and those last 2 are kind of questionable until we find out actually what's going to happen to them, that are going to be gone off of Netflix. So, I mean, you're going to have any of those people that like, you know what, I'll pay for the streaming thing because A, I got the expendable money, or B, so-and-so that I know of needs it / so-and-so being yourself maybe even. So you're going to get enough people that are going to pay for it.
I'm going to ask you this, too, because I already have... I'll give my opinion before you answer.
Go
just
for
so
it.
I'm not throwing 2 questions at you. Do you think we eventually get to... This is kind of a broad topic to end it. Do you think eventually we get to the point where, yes, everyone has cut the cord, but it's basically we have so many different streaming things to buy just to make everything complete that it's basically great. That money that I was giving to the cable company, I'm now just spreading it out between Netflix, Hulu, Disney, this, that, and the other, just to make sure we get everything that we wanted from those cable people that were pulling the money out of our wallets. I think that's where we're headed.
I
think
seems
we're
like
headed that way, and it's still we're still going to have the same problem we're complaining about now.
Hell, the ones you're talking about, they have HBO Go. We have one for that too. We have there's probably one for show as well. So I mean, yeah,
I believe the way HBO has it is you can pay one price to get HBO and HBO Go, but you can also just pay for HBO Go.
Exactly.
And just have it on your mobile device.
Exactly. So I mean, with that is the route we're headed to. I need to buy this one for this one. I need to buy this one for this one. I need to buy this one for this one. You need to pay for this one. You basically buying cable because those all add up. Like I said, Netflix is for the one I do is about $9 a month. Hulu, luckily because I'm splitting it with someone, price
when did you
is
get
$4.
When did you get Netflix?
Netflix, oh God, I got it when I around the time I first started college.
Did you get it when it was mail service too?
Yeah.
Did you do the mail service thing? Because we did.
Once or twice.
Me and my family did. I paid for it too. That's what I remember.
I did a total of maybe 3 times because I actually.
It was like $16 a month, I want to say, originally.
No, the one I did, because I only did one movie at a time. So
yeah, I think
for me,
we had
it was
set up for like 3
Yeah,
movies or
I didn't
like
do that one. That was the $16.
Well, my
Mine
sister
was like
wanted a
7.
movie. My mom wanted a movie. I was just like, fuck it. I'm just going to watch all the streaming stuff.
Yeah. Well, no, I actually used it because it was kind of pretty good to have during a history of music or history of theater class. So it's like, oh, I'm sorry,
Johnny, pay attention in class. What?
History of movies class. So I actually got to do a report on the original King Kong movie.
Okay.
So that's the only reason I used. That is literally the only reason I used.
Because they used to have stuff where it was like, well, you can't stream this. You have to get it sent.
Oh,
to
they still have
like
that.
The Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
The Ninja Turtles was not sendable or not streamable. You had to get it sent.
They still have that service.
Do they?
Yeah. No.
I don't even use it.
If you look up certain titles, you can only have them sent to you.
They still do that?
They still do that.
Wow.
Yeah. No. So yeah, I mean, back to the actual thing we were talking about. There's gonna be basically you're gonna be paying for cable again.
Yeah.
Because these things all add up. Hulu, luckily, I'm only paying $4 out of $8 because the other guy's paying the other half.
I think Netflix went to $10.99.
Yeah, I think so. Depending on the service you have.
I think my grace period ended.
Yeah.
Because originally I was paying the original price of like $8 for that. We're raising prices, but you've been with us long enough to where we're going to give you a year or 2 year. They kept it the same price.
Yeah, no, I remember that too because I was the same way.
I think that grace period's over.
I think it is 10 something, like $11 a month now.
How much is Hulu? 'Cause you're on Hulu.
It's 8, but I split it with a guy, so I'm 4 and he pays 4. So
and then Disney is going to be about $10.
Yeah, if you want Disney, you'll have to pay $10 for all those.
I'm assuming the ESPN one will be about the same because it's
probably
Disney owned. I feel like this is yet again. I'll say it again. The stupidest shit in the world. I just won't stream Disney movies.
No, that's it. That's what it comes down to.
And these movies, Toy Story, Frozen, Lion King, let's be honest, because we do what we do for this channel, we're probably going to go see them anyways.
Yeah, we're going to go see them in theater. And then
So I'll just see it in the theater. If we see it in the matinee, it's less than $10 to see that movie anyways. So there are ways around it. You don't have to buy this is what I'm saying. So don't feel like you have to.
Yeah, anyone watching this, you don't have to pay for that streaming service.
But I know people will, and this is where I want you guys. Let us know what you think down below about this streaming service. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? What are your thoughts on Disney pulling everything off of Netflix? And really, what do you think about anything we talked about today on the podcast? Johnny and I throwing 4 topics at you. Also, don't forget to vote on Twitter or in the comment section. Let us know what color scheme, what design we should put on our X-Men logo that we're going to add somewhere to this set. Today it just sat
it's
behind
right
Johnny
me until we figure out where he's going to go.
As a nice backdrop to Johnny. He wasn't part of the X-Men. He just kind of put that there. for today.
I'm a mutant, so.
Also, let us know. We're still wondering about what cardboard cutout you would want us to feature when we eventually retire Iron Man. His pinky's getting worse.
Yeah, he is.
His pinky's getting a little worse.
His wrist isn't doing so hot either.
We're eventually going to retire him soon, but I want to thank you guys for either watching on YouTube, listening on Blog Talk Radio, iTunes, or Stitcher. We cannot continue to do what we do for you guys every week without your support, so I want to thank you for that. Thank you guys yet again, and as always, have a good day, everybody.